Blake Lively and Taylor Swift have long been seen as close friends. They've been photographed together at major events like the Super Bowl, arriving hand-in-hand at Swift's birthday celebration, and enjoying numerous nights out in New York City. But over the past several months, the two have noticeably not appeared together in public at all. That absence has sparked widespread speculation that their once visible friendship may be strained or even broken. The silence has felt especially conspicuous, given how frequently they were previously seen together. That speculation intensified dramatically this week when private text messages between the two women were made public. Text messages are typically considered deeply personal, especially between best friends, so the release of these conversations has likely been distressing for both Lively and Swift. The texts were unsealed by a judge as part of the ongoing legal battle involving Blake Lively and Her It Ends With Us co-star and director, Justin Baldoni. The messages were included among several exhibits released ahead of a court hearing in New York. The lawsuit itself dates back to December 2024, when Lively accused Baldoni of sexual harassment and retaliation. According to her complaint, she alleged that Baldoni engaged in inappropriate behavior on set and later attempted to damage her reputation through a coordinated smear campaign. Among the newly revealed texts is a message from April 2023, in which Lively asks Swift for help dealing with Baldoni, referring to him dismissively and requesting that Swift tell him she was excited about the film. Lively explained that an endorsement from Swift, whom she called the greatest living storyteller, would carry enormous influence. Swift replied, "I'll do anything for you." However, later messages suggest tension may have developed between the two friends. In one exchange, Lively checked in with Swift, saying she felt there might be some distance between them and apologizing for being emotionally consumed by her own problems for months. Swift responded candidly, telling Lively she wasn't wrong and that she had felt a shift in how Lively communicated with her. Swift said it sometimes felt like she was reading a mass email rather than hearing from her close friend, adding that she missed Lively's humor and familiar way of speaking. For many observers, these messages confirmed suspicions that something had changed in their friendship. The acknowledgement of distance seemed to validate what fans had noticed publicly, that the two were no longer inseparable in the way they once were. Shortly after that exchange, Swift sent Lively a link to a People magazine article about Baldoni, commenting that she believed he sensed trouble ahead and was portraying himself as a victim. This prompted some fans to speculate online that lyrics from Swift's song referencing a tiny violin might relate to the situation or even to Lively herself. Swift is well known for weaving subtle references and hidden meanings, often called Easter eggs, into her work and public behavior. Just before Lively officially filed her lawsuit, Swift texted her a link to a story reporting that Baldoni had been dropped by his talent agency, congratulating her and suggesting that the fallout had been swift and decisive. Lively responded by expressing gratitude, telling Swift she wouldn't have been able to get through the ordeal without her support. Swift's team declined to comment further, but previously stated that her involvement with the film was limited to allowing one of her songs, My Tears Ricochet, to be used. Newly unsealed messages show Swift and Lively discussing that song's use in the movie's trailer, with Swift expressing enthusiasm about how it fit. In another exchange, Swift suggested that if Baldoni were thinking strategically, he would have avoided including her music in the trailer, as it gave Lively leverage rather than benefiting him. Lively responded with admiration for Swift's thinking, and Swift went on to accuse Baldoni of deeply ingrained misogyny, suggesting he underestimated women's ability to plan and execute long-term strategies. Lively agreed, praising Swift's insight. At the time, It Ends With Us was expected to be a major box office success when it was set for release in the summer of 2024, with both Lively and Baldoni leading the project. However, before the film even premiered, the legal dispute exploded into public view, shaking Hollywood. Lively's lawsuit accused Baldoni not only of sexual harassment, but also of retaliation, alleging he hired a crisis PR team to deliberately undermine her reputation. Baldoni denied the allegations and filed a countersuit against Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, asserting multiple claims. That countersuit was later dismissed by a judge. During production, tensions reportedly grew over creative control of the film. The released text messages reveal that Lively and Reynolds asked several high-profile friends, including Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, to review Lively's version of the film and support her edits. In messages, Lively described the experience as emotionally exhausting and criticized Baldoni's creative decisions, telling Affleck she had rewritten and restructured the script herself. Nearly a month after Lively filed her lawsuit, Baldoni's team released raw footage from the film set. The video shows moments that Lively claims made her uncomfortable, including unscripted touching and kissing. Baldoni has argued that he was simply remaining in character, while legal experts note that the footage is open to interpretation. Lively also alleges that Baldoni's PR team actively plotted to manipulate public opinion against her, citing text messages and emails obtained through subpoenas. Legal analysts say that if Lively can prove those claims, it would significantly strengthen her case for retaliation. Baldoni continues to deny all allegations, and his attorney has stated confidence in the legal process. The trial is currently scheduled to begin in May. As the case moves forward, questions remain about how far it could go and which high-profile figures might be called to testify. The possibility of Taylor Swift appearing in court has fueled intense public interest, with many predicting that such a development would create enormous media attention. One thing is clear: as the case unfolds, it continues to grow more dramatic, and its impact on Hollywood and public opinion could be significant.